I believe that governments need to put action behind their promises to children. We need to see results, we need to see prevention, prosecution, and we need to be sure that children are really protected in practice in their daily lives.
I think one of the key is access to justice. Without a proper access to justice, there is no rights. You can tell children that they have rights, but if they don't have any means to claim the rights and to get them really applied, it's just inapplicable.
I think the most important action point for me is getting agencies to collaborate with each other. For example, the police, education, health, social services. Sometimes there's a kind of gap between those services and people don't talk to each other and children slip through the net. So that would be what I'd say.
Some of the technology companies are doing a fantastic job to try and prevent the abuse of children using their online services, but some of them aren't. So one of the big things that I would like to see is every technology company accepting that there are things that they can do and then they actually do them, because only in that kind of cooperative way will we finally solve this problem.
At the time being, too many children are not getting the support they need because they are not identified as victims or potential victims. So there is an accountability of all professionals working with children to be addressed. It needs to be reflected in job description. It needs to be reflected in work arrangements, particularly participation to coordination groups, mainly at municipal level. This is where we see huge change.
I think it is very important to give much more attention, much more weight to child participation. Since adoption of the Convention on the Rights of the Child, a significant progress has been made with regard to the child's rights to have a say in all matters that affect him or her. Implementation of this right continues to be impeded by many different long-standing practices, attitudes, economic and political barriers. To overcome these attitudes, practices and barriers is a true challenge for the states.
In order to increase the protection of children, I firmly believe we need to send a very clear message, and that message needs to be zero tolerance against all forms of violence related to children. So I think that what we need to do is act in terms of prevention. As a Council of Europe, working together with the UN and all other agencies, we need to work on prevention.